today I want to speak a little bit about POAPs. If you know anything about the NFT space and POAPs, which is called a POAP for standing for Proof of Attendance Protocol. POAPs are basically your ticket that proves on the blockchain that you have attended a specific event at a specific period in time, and you only have a certain limited number of people who receive this piece of digital artwork, therefore certifying that you have been there as a part of the community, as a part of the event, as a part of the experience. And if you are owner of that POAP, you basically have a ticket stub, so to speak, saying you have been there, you have done that at this moment in history. So you can look at different things in different events, whether it's just attending a live broadcast of some sort of Twitter space or experience where people are interviewing each other, sharing about their projects, or you can look at it at a much greater level. Like, for example, I'm going to show you here a minor example, but 1:37 p.m. is a company that Gary V owns, Gary Vaynerchuk, right? So he or at least he founded it. He's a creator of it. And this is one of the POAPs, for example, that happened to come out when they collaborated with somebody in just having a Twitter space, right? Here's another update from 1:37 p.m. is that Super Bowl 2022 tickets will come with NFTs that show attendees their section, row, and seat. So if you consider that, it's a breakdown in a moment in history where 2022, you attend Super Bowl, you can actually get an NFT that certifies you were at this place, this given time, in this given seat. In this moment in history, you have proof of that that's going to be on the blockchain. Now, the UFC has entered the NFT space with UFC Strike. I don't know what that is exactly, but obviously it's big enough on a level where big events like UFC and the NFL are getting involved, National Football League, of course, and the Super Bowl. If NFTs are becoming so big that the Super Bowl, like the biggest time commercials are being realized for everybody across the world, you pay the most for a Super Bowl commercial to get on TV, which hardly anybody watches these days, but they might watch TV for the Super Bowl. You know, you have to think of how social currency is evolving and how interactions and experiences driving toward community and creating a shared experience are becoming the new reality. So social media blows up, we're all sharing, our get-togethers, but if you can be rewarded for participating in an experience by getting something like a POAP, which is Proof of Attendance Protocol, once again, this POAP platform and system, it ends up becoming the outstanding way of showing that you are a part of this community and that you value, or they value, you being a part of their community. So you can imagine all these different influencers issuing POAPs for a live stream or something of the like that just brings attention to a forefront to say, hey, you matter, and as a member of our community, you can then take that POAP and either keep it in your wallet, or if it ends up becoming a valuable thing in the future, you can actually sell it on the blockchain. You can resell that ticket stub, so to speak, right? So it holds some value in history, and it holds some monetary value should it become an important event in the future. If you want to sell it, most people won't. Most people will have a wallet, just like me, with a collection of all of the events that they've actually attended. And because everything's going to be public, you're going to have your own public wallet. It's going to show everything that you have ever done historically inside of this wallet. I have 30 POAPs right now, 6 from 2022. It might be a little bit hard to see. And what started me off here was 1:37 p.m. and their 25 days of POAP, in which case it was basically a Christmas type of deal, right? But of course I did a few things before that, and it really has been quite the experience to attend all these events and learn more about NFTs and have people share their own specific projects. And even with their 1:37 p.m. event here, this POAP, which is really, really neat, I got to be able to participate in their artwork, in creating that. You literally had to do pixel by pixel and wait an entire second to add a pixel to this image. So if you can see right here where my thumb is, you see that little icon right there? Boom, I drew that in real time. And then people added on top of it. And I tried to correct it at the end, but I only corrected so much. So it says something funny there. But I think what fascinates me the most is this idea of creating a shared experience where you can bring together community. You can reward people and incentivize interactions, engagements that motivate truth and unity. At the heart of, and the core of, the root of everything that I do, I want to create truth and unity in relationships that work out better in a more connective capacity. So sending out POAPs or sending out something to reward people for getting together and having a common experience where you can relate to each other, whether that's through compassion and relating to each other's pain, or going to an experience that is positive and fruitful, partaking in any or everything. I can see the potential of this being such an important thing to have. Now, the reason why POAP is only on one specific platform, POAP, because there were other companies that like to do this, is because they had to not necessarily have something that was centralized, but they had to have a sort of verification system where it wasn't being distributed by multiple different companies. Because if you have multiple companies sharing on this proof of attendance protocol on the blockchain that, you know, you're attending this event and another company has something similar and you all have your own separate POAPs or these tokens that are ticket stubs, people issuing these, it creates a competitive competition cycle that needed to be broken, so that generally, basically, one company had to have a monopoly over the other, or the proof would be invalidated by the proof of another company that would do the same thing. So that's why POAP is pretty much the outstanding company, is because they ended up coming out on top and eliminating the competition. However, it happened, and POAP is now the number one and practically the only company that is ever going to be outstanding with something like this. So if you would consider downloading the POAP app or understanding NFTs a little bit, you can start looking for events and things that you can actually attend to create a little digital collectible that is completely free. You can completely accept these for free. All you have to do is do whatever it is that they ask of you in concerning, you know, minting that actual POAP, which there's many different ways to do it. For example, you can mint it by typing in a secret code. You can mint it by giving somebody your wallet address. You can mint it by screenshotting and showing that you were actually at the event, and then adding inside of a Discord channel that they open up for a very short period of time your wallet address, or you can just send the wallet address, right? It doesn't really harm you in particular to share your wallet address because it is on the public blockchain, but don't ever share anything that would be, for example, further details as for how they can be able to access that, right? It's really important that you are aware of certain ways that people can scam you, and POAPs is just one way to be able to share that you are contributing into the NFT space, blockchain, and you are participating as a whole of the greater NFT community. You know, they use this expression called GM, or good morning, to signify how early we are in adopting the NFT space, or early adopters, people who are putting their money or putting their investment, taking the initiative to learn about something that is technologically advancing at a rapid rate, which is specifically NFTs. So the NFT uses GM, good morning, their good morning mugs, the emojis and everything, or even connected to their Twitter handles, their names, because we are so early in the NFT space that, you know, wag me, we're all going to make it, essentially, is another expression. We're all going to make it. We're going to come out on top somehow. You know, just keep pushing, keep pulling, and I'm pulling for you. So go ahead and check out what POAP is if you want to learn further detail, or check out some other NFT projects. If they end up creating a piece of digital artwork that creates a sort of ticket stub, proof of attendance protocol that you can actually show that you were there at that event at that given time, this period in history, it can end up being of value in the future. And who doesn't want to share, like, I've attended all these movies, you know? well, it's a different story for something like that. But it can be everything in your life. Share it freely.